Hi, my name is Verónica Gaona. I'm based here in Houston, Texas. I'm from Brownsville and I'm working across the Tamaulipas-Texas border landscape. For this CHISPA award, I'd like to talk about one project and one book that really inspired my practice, which is The Remittance Landscape by Sarah Lynn Lopez. This book, The Remittance Landscape, Spaces of Migration in Rural Mexico and Urban USA, Lopez explores how remittances from Mexican migrants shape the built environment in communities in rural Mexico. In the book, Lopez places remittances at the forefront by directly exploring their material and cultural manifestations, the significance and the implications or consequences of rural migrant sending communities. One quote that evoked a lot of the ideas for the projects that I'm making now is this, which is beyond the flows of capital and information, the movement of ideas, people, and objects, as well as the spatial practices of migrants, reveals that places may be formed simultaneously of codependent but geographically distant locations. Reading this book inspired me to do my own personal research in my transnational family across international borders, which led me to explore different characteristics felt in the Mexican diaspora, which is the transnationality, the moving back and forth, the impermanence, in order to critique traditional approaches to memorialization. And I've been doing this through digital media, sculpture, installation, performance. And through this gained knowledge, I've made a couple of projects. And I've made a photographic series called Las Casas y Nosotros, The Houses and the Us, that proposes the idea that remitting and migration is performative, in that the labor construct houses but at a distance across international borders. The photos capture the multiple sense of being in relationship to identity and place experienced in my family unit. In the photographic series, I capture myself moving between walls with migrant bags, flowers, and they're all symbolic of the movements. The flowers can be a symbol of death, and I move back and forth to kind of materialize that experience. Another project that came out of the research was Para aquellos que no regresan en vida, siempre está la muerte. For those who do not return in life, there's always death, which is a glass piece, a sculptural piece with vinyl on the glass, and with that same name, and is a piece that explores the idea of transfers, traslados, which is the remitting of cadavers over long distances for burial in the homeland. Traslados is a burial ritual that reinforces the understanding of home despite the physical and temporal distance from it, with the end goal of resolving symbolically and socially the ambiguous state produced by continual migration. And this is a ritual that many families practice because they live at a distance from the homeland. And knowing this and reading all that research by Sarah Lynn Lopez and researching my family's movement, I've contemplated what does the X in Latinx art mean to me. And I've contemplated that X in Latinx means the challenge to span worlds across distance, aquí y allá, past, present, and future, while inhabiting different spaces, while preserving what is more important by building and practicing cultural rituals, and making a coherent life and narrative out of fragments, even though it can be really devastating. And Latinx, in a way, is a way of knowing and being.